Hi guys. So it's me, one of your school social workers, Miss Bonham, and I just wanted to check in with you today. You all know Miss Booth, who's the other school social worker, and we've been talking today about how we miss our students, and we wanted to check in with you and see how everybody is doing. We've been thinking about how today is it's really been a different day, hasn't it? And I'm sure that some of you have questions and you're curious and not sure about um, all of the reasons why we're at home today. And I just wanted to let you know that it's okay to have questions and to feel maybe unsure or worried or curious, maybe a little sad that you're not seeing your friends. Um, all of those feelings are normal and natural. Maybe you're happy to be at home. Maybe you'd rather be there. Um, so it's okay just to know that you're normal and everything that you're feeling is normal and natural and just fine. If you feel like you are really worried about things and you need someone to talk to, please do let your parents know, let your teacher know. Um, you or your parents can email Ms. Booth or I. We're here to help support you during this strange time that we have. We're dealing with something a little different right now, aren't we? And just trying to keep all of our students safe, and that's super important. And I think it's awesome that we still get to have school even while you're at home. And that way we're making sure that our school is nice and clean and that everybody's safe and that we're not going to spread this virus around until we know that everything's okay to come back to school. So while you're at home, and if you are, maybe you're bored, maybe you're sad, maybe you're just feeling a little nervous or anxious. So I just wanted to talk about that with you all for just a minute. I've been into some of your classes and we've talked about things that you can do when you're feeling strong emotions, big emotions. And one thing that I've shared with all of you is you're using your senses. Using your senses can help to shift your brain to a more rational, more in the moment place so that you're not as, your thoughts are not taking you to, down a road that leads you to feel really upset or that makes things even worse down the road. So, using your senses. Now, I want you to all remember our younger grades may have to think about that again. What are your senses? Can you name them? I'm going to give you a second to think of them. What are your senses? I wish I could hear your answers right now, but I know that you know what they are. And I've got some things here in my basket that I was going to pull out and show you. Sometimes when I'm feeling a lot of emotions, no matter where I'm at, if I'm driving in my car, if I'm sitting in the backyard, or I'm just, wherever, your senses are a powerful tool that you have that you can use anywhere. So if I was feeling really, a lot of emotions right now about something in particular, and it was hard for me to stop thinking about it, I might use my senses in this moment to say, I've got this seashell here. And I'm going to hold it up close. This is something that I found on the beach in Florida. So I might hold this shell in my hand and look at it. And I might notice the way that it feels. It's really rough and scratchy. And I would notice the holes. There's little tiny holes all over it. And I would just notice the ridges and the way that it feels and the different designs and patterns in it. And I would really just notice it for a moment. And this is using my sense of touch, my sense of sight. I could smell it. Doesn't really smell like much, sort of like dirt. So that's using one of my senses. Another one, I got some chapstick here. So I could use my senses. You know, it's got kind of a smooth wrapper, feels smooth and soft. But, oh, it's not even open yet. It's brand new. This one's my favorite because of the way it smells. It has a really strong minty smell, and so I love to smell minty things. So I might just notice the coolness in my nose when I breathe in and how that feels, how that smells. It reminds me of Christmas time, candy canes. So that's the sense of smell. Another one, touch again. This is a really squishy ball, and I just notice how it feels in my hand when I squeeze it. Also, I can notice the way that the white stuff inside of the ball looks and how that it becomes clear when I squeeze it a lot. It's really soft and smooth on the outside. So I'm just noticing the way it feels. Smells like plastic. Have some lotion here. And this lotion, it's really smooth and soft when I put it onto my hands. And it smells sort of like flowers, like fresh flowers in the springtime that might be growing in your yard. Or maybe when you're walking through a grocery store and you see flowers and you pick them up and you just smell. It smells really sweet. But if I needed something in this moment to make me have stop the thoughts that are going through my mind about feeling sad or angry or frustrated, that might be a good one to use that sense of smell. Another one I've got here. It's a rock. One of my kids painted for me. It's kind of smooth. Lots of little black speckles in it. There's actually some little sparkles in it too. So I just really study it, use all my senses. It smells kind of like dirt, like a rock, kind of dirty. And then the sense of taste. So if I'm using my sense of taste, I wouldn't just like throw it in my mouth and swallow the whole thing down. I might just like slowly break it apart. Notice how it looks when I break it apart. Notice all the little tiny particles inside of it and the chocolate layer. And I just take a little bitty bite. Notice how it feels in my mouth. Notice that it's sweet and it tastes soft. And that I can taste it on the roof of my mouth. So that's using all of my senses. And wow, now that I've done that activity, I feel more calm. I feel like the things that I was really upset about or worried about before, they don't seem so big anymore when I get to use those senses. Another thing, if you are having a day where you feel like you're bored or you're worried or you're not sure what to do, sometimes it can be helpful to make a list. So I've got a list here for you. I don't know if you can see this. And today I decided to make a list about things that make me happy. Now you can make lists about anything. Your list might be things I want to do this summer. It might be things that I worry about. It might be things that I want to do when I grow up. Things that I would like to get rid of. There are a million different things you could make a list about. So you decide what you want to make a list about and then just start writing. And if you like to draw more than write, that's okay too. You could draw a picture of your list. You just have to have an idea in your mind of what your list is going to be. So on my list, I did things that make me happy. And I wrote board games, painting my toenails or my kids' toenails, sidewalk chalk, sitting in the sunshine, listening to the rain, being with my sister because she makes me laugh and she's funny. Making cookies. I love to make cookies. I love to eat cookies too, but it's really fun to make cookies. Reading good books. A lot of fun for me. I like to paint on paper, paint rocks, paint whatever. And I'm not really a great artist. I mean, I guess not really, but I just enjoy it. I think it's fun. And also my number 10 was letting someone play with my hair. I love that. That makes me happy. So that's my list of things that make me happy. See what you can make a list about today. And then another thing that I can do when I'm feeling worried or not sure about things, I can write it down in my journal. Or if you have a diary or journal or just a piece of paper, it can help. Maybe if you're not comfortable writing yet, you could talk to your mom and have her help you write it down, or she could write it for you, or your dad, or your aunt, or your sister, or maybe, if you need to talk to me or your teacher about those things, we can help you too. But so here's an example of me writing in my journal or my diary. Let me see this. And I wrote, "Dear Diary, today was kind of weird. We didn't have school because of coronavirus, and we're trying to be safe at our school and not give germs to each other. I missed seeing my friends, and I wasn't sure what today would be like being at home, but it was pretty okay. I felt, when I felt sad or when I felt worried or if I felt lonely, then I remembered that I have a list of things. I made a list, and so I could always look at that list and think of things that I might want to do to help me feel better. And then also, I remembered that if things, I said in my journal, I said, I can do this. I think I can do this. I can get through this time away from the school. And if it seems like it's too hard, then I can ask for help. I can talk to an adult. I can talk to a friend. I can talk to a teacher. I can talk to Miss Bonham or Miss Booth, because we care about you guys and we are here to help you. And we're going to be checking back in with you. We're going to send little things with your teachers that they can share with you. And if there are things that you think would be helpful or that you're worried about that you'd like for us to share ideas about, let us know. Send an email or send your teacher an email that they can get to us, and we'll help you get through it. I hope that this has been helpful. Remember, these are some tools that you can use. Use your senses. They are your superhero powers. Whether you're in kindergarten or whether you're a teacher and you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 70 years old, we all have senses that can help ground us and bring us back to the present moment, right here, right now. So we're not worried thinking about things that are going to happen, and we're not stuck in the past thinking about things that have happened, but we're just right here in the moment. And then also, you can make a list of whatever you want to make a list about. It could be anything. You can also write in your diary or journal. You could draw pictures. You could paint on rocks. I'm excited to see what you guys are doing to help you feel better. I hope you all have a good day and a great weekend, and we will touch base with you again next week. Goodbye.